पुरख निरपाव निर्वैर अकाल मूर्ति।
Punjab, a state which is full of cultures, traditions. It is the heart of Sikh community. Its capital is Chandigarh, which is also known as City Beautiful. A sense of belongingness could be felt the moment one steps in, and this is because of its people and its humble culture. Punjab is in northwest India and has a total area of 50,362 km. It is bounded by Pakistan on the west and Jammu and Kashmir on the north. The name Punjab is made up of two words, Panj meaning five and Ab meaning water. Festivals are seasonal and they mark a new beginning. The festival includes Mangani, Sikh New Year, Hola Manhola, and Vaisakhi. All the festivals are celebrated in different manner. But one thing that remains common is dance. I mean traditional bhangra and women does gidda. The folk dance of Punjab is significant. Punjab describes them and their history. It shows their hard work, bravery, and many other things. Sune Veere Paliya, Chadar, Kaladoria are some of the famous folk songs which are performed and created by the Punjabis. The Golden Temple, pride of Punjab. The Golden Temple Amritsar is also known as Harmandir Sahib and was made by 4th Sikh Guru, Guru Ramdas. The Jagatjit Palace was built by Maharaja Jagatjit Singh, the last ruler of Kapurthala. Of Chandigarh is a sculpture garden in Chandigarh. It is also known as Nekchand's Rock Garden after its founder Nekchand Singh. Miawala Bagh. It is a historic garden and memorial of national importance in India. It is preserved in the memory of those who were wounded and killed in Jallianwala Bagh massacre. It is also known as Mughal Sarai and it's also called Mughal Karwan. It was made by Mughal ruler Jahangir. Sukna Lake in Punjab is a reservoir at the foothills of Shivalik. It is the tourist spot for foreigners in Chandigarh. The Sheesh Mahal was made by Shah Jahan in 1632. It is also known as Musamman Burj. Punjab is famous for Makke di Roti Sarson da Saag. Fulkari refers to folk embroidery. It means floral work, the design not only flowers but motifs and geometrical shapes. Dress for Punjabi men is kurta and tehmat, which is replaced by kurta and pajama. And the traditional dress for women is salwar suit, which is replaced by traditional Punjabi ghagra. Lohri is a popular winter folk and religious festival celebrated by Punjabi and Dogra communities. Vaisakhi is celebrated in the memorial of Khalsa Panth of warrior under Guru Gobind Singh in 1699. Punjab is one of the most prosperous states of India. Punjab is the most fertile state of India and is called the granary of India. Punjab will leave a stain and will make a permanent space in our heart. Rab Rakha.
Kerala is nature's favorite child. It is a land of coconuts, spices, and beautiful backwaters. All the 14 districts have different things to offer. We will land in Kochi, the Queen of Arabian Sea. Cochin International Airport is the world's 8th busiest airport in terms of international traffic. It is also the world's first entirely solar-powered airport.
Shirai Beach is a beautiful beach with calm waters perfect for swimming. On the way to the beach, you will be able to see picturesque paddy fields. After enjoying near the sea, you can take a ride in the metro from Palarivattam to Edapalli. There's a skywalk bridge which connects the Edapalli metro station to Lulu Mall, which is India's largest shopping mall. The Pardesi Synagogue is the oldest active synagogue in the Commonwealth of Nations. To know about the Kochini Jews, you must visit this place.
Marine Drive is the best place to click photograph. The sound of the water hitting the shore is indeed very refreshing. Now it's time to bid adieu to Kochi. Let's go to the Thrissur district, which has mesmerizing Adirapalli waterfalls.
After Thrissur, let's go to Idukki. Idukki is known for its natural beauty, the tea gardens, and the Idukki Dam, which is one of the largest arch dams in India. Now let's travel to the capital, Thiruvananthapuram, and its nearby places. Jatayupara in Kollam is the world's largest bird sculpture.
Kuttanad is a region covering 3 districts. It is full of paddy fields and backwaters. You can witness the beauty of this region in a houseboat.
Munnar is undoubtedly the Kashmir of South India. Beauty is found in abundance in Munnar, and it is the most important tea producing region in Kerala.
Wayanad is the land of paddy fields. This region has the largest tribal population in Kerala. It is rich in flora and fauna and has many attractive destinations.
Rice is the staple crop of Kerala. The Mattai variety of rice is the most popular rice variety in Kerala. Tea plantations are present in Idukki, Munnar and Wayanad. Now, let us look at some popular food items in Kerala. Onam. Onam is the harvest festival and the official state festival of Kerala. Onam celebrations include Pookalam or Rangoli, Tiger dance, mass dance and several other things. Sadhya, which is a combination of 24 to 28 dishes, is also prepared and devoured on this occasion.
Thrissur Puram is an annual Hindu religion festival held in Vadakkunnathan temple in Thrissur.
Now, let us talk about the dance forms which were developed in Kerala. Mohiniyattam is one of the famous classical dances of India. It gets its name from the word Mohini. Mohini was a reincarnation of Lord Vishnu. It is traditionally a solo dance performed by women.
Kathakali is the official state dance of Kerala. It is a story play genre of art, but one distinguished by the elaborately colorful makeup, costumes and face masks that traditionally male actor dancers wear.
The Cortical Ayurvedashala is a healthcare center located in Cortical. It is best known for its effective Ayurvedic medicines and oil massage. The best time to visit Kerala is between November and December. Hospitality is a key feature of Malayalis. You will surely enjoy every bit of your trip to the God's own country. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to know about the very famous tourist places in Kolkata. Let's start with the very famous monument of Kolkata, that is Victoria Memorial. The Victoria Memorial is a large marble building which is considered to be the pride of Kolkata. Built between 1906 and 1921, it is dedicated to the memory of Queen Victoria. Now it is a museum and a popular tourist spot. Second is Howrah Bridge. Located over the Hooghly River in West Bengal, Howrah Bridge or the Ravindra Setu is the main connection between Howrah and Kolkata. It is regarded as one of the busiest bridges over the world. Third is Dakshineshwar Kali Temple. The temple of the goddess was believed to liberate her devotees from the ocean of existence. Bhavatarini, a manifestation of goddess Kali, was constructed by an artist called Rani Rasmoni in 1855. This temple stands on the calm eastern bank of the Hooghly River. It is one of the most famous temples in Kolkata. Fourth, Belur Math. Belur Math is the headquarters of the Ramakrishna Math mission founded by Swami Vivekananda, the chief disciple of Ramakrishna Paramhans. It is located on the west bank of Hooghly River, Kolkata, and is one of the significant institutions in Kolkata. Now, Birla Planetarium. The MP Birla Planetarium is an iconic structure whose architecture is based on the famous Buddhist stupa at Sachi. It is a landmark in the city of Kolkata. The planetarium opened its door on 29th of September 1962 and was formally inaugurated on 2nd July 1963 by Jawaharlal Nehru, the Prime Minister of India.
Commonly referred as the land of Marathas, Maharashtra is the third largest state in India. It offers a diverse mix of ancient caves, forts, mountains, beaches with a modern day lifestyle. Being in the western region of India, Maharashtra is blessed with ample supply of natural resources. The significance of this region is also mentioned in the ancient history. Number 1. Mumbai. Mumbai is considered as the financial capital of India. It is a city which never sleeps. Bollywood keeps Mumbai famous all around the world. It includes historical architectures from the British era to modern day marvels which support the lifeline of the fast-moving city. Number 2. Ajanta and Ellora. Well, Ajanta Ellora caves are masterpieces of the Buddhist religious art, which were crafted by hand. The caves include paintings and sculptures describing the Jataka tales. It is recognized as the world's greatest historical monument by UNESCO. Number 3. Konkan Coast. If you are looking to relax, the Konkan Coast of Maharashtra is the right place to be, covering multiple beach destinations where, looking the Arabian Sea, this coastline also provides a taste of local cuisines. The beaches also provide a wide range of water sports to experience. Number 4. Lonavala Khandala. Well, Lonavala Khandala, located on the Western Ghat, these are popular hiking database, especially during the monsoon season. The various trekking locations and viewpoints allow some splendid views of the entire valley. Attractions include forts, lookouts, lakes, dams, and waterfalls with a number of thrilling activities. Number 5. Mahabaleshwar and Panchgani. Well, both of these hill stations are located in the Western Ghats. It is famous for its spectacular natural beauty, lush green scenery, glorious sunset sunrise points, and scenic valley view. You can enjoy the local culture and cuisine and also experience a number of outdoor activities. Number 6. Mathiran. Another hill station located at the Western Ghats is Mathiran, which is also located at the elevation of approximately 800 meters above sea level. The city is famous for the school and less humid climate. The British influence on the architecture is pretty evident and is well preserved by the officials. Number 7. Tadoba National Park. This national park also has a tiger reserve which is located at the Chandrapur district of Maharashtra. It is considered as Maharashtra's oldest and largest national park. The best time to see tigers is during the autumn months from March to May. Number 8. Lonar Lake. The Lonar Crete Lake is a short-line soda lake located at Lonar in Bulhana district, which was created by a meteor impact. This lake, which lies in the vessel impact structure, is both saline and alkaline in nature. The lake has a mean diameter of 1.2 kilometers and is about 127 meters below the equator ring. Number 9. Nasik. Located in the northern-western region of Maharashtra, Nasik is a prominent city as per Hindu mythology and has been famous for one of the cities that hosts the Kumbh Mela of India once every 12 years. Number 10. Shaniwarwada. Pune is a sprawling city of the western India of Maharashtra. It was one of the base of the Peshwas of the Maratha Empire. Shaniwarwada was built in 18th century, and with the rise of Maratha Empire, this place became the center of Indian politics during this period. Hope
Lucknow, the city of Nawabs and Kawabs, the capital city of the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow has always been a multicultural city that flourished in North India as an artistic hub and the seat of powers of the Nawabs in the 18th and the 19th centuries. Bada Imambada, also known as Asfi Mosque, is an Imambada built by Asif-ud-Daula, the Nawab of Awadh in 1784. The building comprises of a mosque, the Bhul Bhulaiya and a Bauli. Two imposing gateways lead to the main hall. It is said that there are 1024 gateways to reach the terrace, but only 2 to come back to the first gate or the last gate. It is a fine example of accidental architecture. Chota Imambada, also known as Imambada Husainabad Mubarak, was built by Nawab Muhammad Ali Shah in 1838. It was to serve as a mausoleum for himself and his mother, who is buried beside him. Ambedkar Memorial Park, formerly known as Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar Samajik Parivartan Pratik Sthal, is a public park and a memorial in Gomti Nagar, Lucknow. The memorial is dedicated to B.R. Ambedkar, the 20th century Indian polymath and the father of Indian Constitution. Dilkush Khoti is the remains of an 18th century house built in the English Baroque style in quite Dilkush area of Lucknow. Today there are only few towers and external walls as monument, though the extensive garden remain. The house was shelled during its involvement in the Lucknow siege in 1857 together with the residency and the nearby school of La Martiniere. Janeshwar Mishra Park is an urban park in Lucknow. It was made in the memory of politician Janeshwar Mishra from Samajwadi Party. The park was inaugurated for general public on 5th August 2014. It is Asia's first largest garden. Nawab Wajid Ali Shah Prani Udyan, also known as the Lucknow Zoo, was named after the last Nawab of Lucknow, Wajid Ali Shah. The Central Zoo Authority of India categorizes it as a large zoo. The Prince of Wales Zoological Gardens was established in the year 1921 to commemorate the visit of the Prince of Wales to Lucknow. Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia Park is developed by the Lucknow Development Authority in the Vipin Khand area of Gomti Nagar. It was named after the great socialist Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia. The total area of the park is 76 acres and is well equipped with all the modern facilities including gymnasium and amphitheatre. Hazratganj is the downtown area situated in the heart of Lucknow in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. In addition to bazaars, it also contains shopping complexes, restaurants, hotels, theatres and offices. The Residency, also known as the British Residency Complex, is a group of several buildings in a common precinct in the city of Lucknow. It is served as the residence of the former British general who was representative of the court of the Nawab. The Residency is located in the heart of the city in the vicinity of other monuments like Shaheed Smarak, Tehreek Koti and High Court building. The Rumi Darwaza in Lucknow is an imposing gateway which was built under the patronage of Nawab Asif-ud-Daula in 1784. It is an example of Awadhi architecture. The Rumi Darwaja, which stands 60 feet tall, was modelled after the Sublime Porte in Istanbul.
शहरे लखनऊ तुझे मेरा सलाम है, ऐ शहरे लखनऊ तुझे मेरा सलाम है।
Hello friends, I am Shiv Puri of class 10th Green. I am going to introduce Gotan in this video.
तलवारों पे सरवार दिए, अंगारों में जिस्म जलाया है, तब जाके कहीं हमने सर पे ये केसरी रंग सजाया है। ऐ मेरी जमीन अफसोस नहीं जो तेरे लिए सौ दर्द सहे, महफूज रहे तेरी आन सदा चाहे जान मेरी ये रहे ना रहे। मेरी जमीन महबूब मेरी, मेरी नस नस में तेरा इश्क बहे, फीका ना पड़े कभी रंग तेरा जिस्मों से निकल के खून कहे। तेरी मिट्टी में मिल जावा गुल बन के मैं खिल जावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। तेरी नदियों में बह जावा तेरे खेतों में लहरावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। सरसों से भरे खलियान मेरे जहाँ झूम के भंगड़ा पा न सका, आबाद रहे वो गांव मेरा जहाँ लौट के वापस जा न सका। ओ वतना में मेरे वतना में तेरा मेरा प्यार निराला था, कुर्बान हुआ तेरी असमत पे मैं कितना नसीबों वाला था। तेरी मिट्टी में मिल जावा गुल बन के मैं खिल जावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। तेरी नदियों में बह जावा तेरे खेतों में लहरावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। हंसती रहे, तेरी आंख घड़ी भर नम ना हो। मैं मरता था जिस मुखड़े पे, कभी उसका उजाला कम ना हो। ओ माई मेरी क्या फिक्र तुझे, क्यों आंख से दरिया बहता है। तू कहती थी तेरा चांद हूँ मैं, और चांद हमेशा रहता है। तेरी मिट्टी में मिल जावा, गुल बन के मैं खिल जावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। तेरी नदियों में बह जावा, तेरी फसलों में लहरावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू।